Want to learn Sticknodes but don't know where to start? Don't worry. The guy who uploads once in 10 years is here to help. This is the second video in the series. For better understanding, start with episode 1. Frame per second. The topic of FPS may seem a bit confusing at first, but the key is to find the setting that works best for you. For example, in this animation, the FPS value is 6, so the animation doesn't look very smooth. You might think that's a bad thing, but lower FPS also means fewer frames in the project. This way, you can create your animation more comfortably without freezes or lag. This animation you see here is 24 frames per second. Compared to the previous one, it looks smoother, but it also contains more frame. We can call it a mid-level setting. Now this one is 60 frames per second. It looks even smoother, but it has many more frames and takes longer to produce. Among these three animations, the most practical option is 24 frames per second. That's because while creating your animation, you don't waste too much time, yet the smoothness is still good. You don't need to spend months just to make your animations look slightly smoother. Physics. Physics is one of the most important aspects to pay attention to in animation. If it's not applied correctly, the scene won't look realistic and may leave a poor impression. For example, imagine in this animation the character is holding a heavy object. Do you think a stickman could lift such a heavy item effortlessly? Of course not. To make it realistic, he should struggle just like this. Light objects, on the other hand, can be moved easily, which creates a different effect in animation. A more detailed video on this topic will be coming soon. Auto-Tweening. If you're using automatic tweening to balance the speed of your animation, here's some good news. At the bottom of the tweening settings, you can choose how many times a frame will be stretched. The tweening feature adds artificial frames between the one you select and the next. For example, if you want your animation to look smooth but don't want to waste too much time, just enable this feature and start tweening. If you don't want to duplicate every frame manually, hold down the tweening option and set how many in-between frames will be added. Increasing the number will add more frames between the two. However, this only works between the frame you select and the following one. It's a very useful feature, but I don't recommend relying on it too much, because overusing tweening can harm your animation skills. Repeating frames. In some scenes, you may need to repeat a group of frames. For example, in this animation, the stickman pulls out a gun and fires. He only fired once, but I want him to fire more times, and I don't want to recreate the whole scene from scratch. Copy-paste could be a solution, but there's a better way. To repeat a frame group, select the frame right after the group you want to loop. Scroll down the left panel and check the box. The first value determines how many frames back from the selected frame will be repeated. For example, if you set it to 3, the last 3 frames will be selected. The second value defines how many times that group will repeat. The higher the number, the more loops you'll get. With this method, you can quickly duplicate the same scene. This is a very useful method, but you cannot make direct changes to the copied frames. However, there is a solution. Select the frame you want to copy and click the button at the bottom left. When you increase the number there, you will copy the following frames in bulk starting from this frame. Then, on the frame where you want to paste, click the same button and press the paste button. In this way, the frames you selected will be pasted all at once. Guidelines. In animation, it can sometimes be difficult to make figures move in a straight line, and this can make the scene look awkward. To achieve better results, you can use a guideline. From the left panel, select Create New Stick Figure, give it a name, and save it. Then return to your project and add the figure. Make the figure stretchable, extend it from the starting point to the ending point, and adjust the angle. You can now use this figure as a guideline to align your character's movements more accurately and realistically. When your animation is finished, you will want to remove the guideline. Do not waste time deleting it frame by frame. Instead, go to Library Tools in the left panel. Click the pencil icon, find the saved figure, and press the X icon to confirm. The figure will be completely removed from all frames, leaving only the clean animation. How you use these guidelines depends on your creativity. They can help with straight paths, angled transitions, or even circular motions, giving your animation a more professional look. Posing and filling. Are you animating every single movement frame by frame? My friend, you're wasting time and the result still isn't accurate. So what should you do? Don't worry. There's a much easier method. It's called pose to pose. It means defining the start and end of a movement. All you need to do is create the starting and ending poses, 2 or 3 key frames, then gradually fill in the frames between them. It might look a bit rough at first, but as you add more in-betweens, the animation will clean up. This way, your accuracy stays intact and you save a lot of time. Stopping frames. When animating, sometimes you need to pause or hold a scene. You might think the solution is to copy the same frame over and over, but that only adds unnecessary frames to your project and can cause lag or freezing. The solution is much simpler. Select the frame you want to pause, scroll down the left panel, check the box, and set how many seconds you want it to hold. At 24 frames per second, the average duration is around 50 to 60 frames. This way, you avoid extra frames and keep your animation running smoothly. That's it for this video. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. You can also join our Discord server to see animation examples and get help. Thank you for watching. See you next time.